Hi everyone, it's Tracy back. I'm going to do a video tutorial today featuring how to make one of these little apron cards, and it has that you can put a recipe inside. It'd be really cool for upcoming barbecues in the summertime, parties. I'm actually making it as an invite for a bake event that we have near Christmas time for my family. So it's we're going to learn how to make the apron, and it features the new stamp set out of the catalog called From the Kitchen of. Okay, so let's get started. We don't have long. First off, you need a piece of 8.5 by 11. I'm using real red cardstock. You can use whatever you would like. And you need to cut this at 6 3/8. Now 6 3/8 is just a little bit behind or below, underneath the 6.5 mark, okay? So you want 6 3/8, and then the long ways you want 9 1/4. Okay? Now we're going to flip it back around this, no, we're going to keep it long ways, sorry, and we're going to score at 2 1/8. Okay? So you need to score. That's going to be where your pocket is. Now turn it this way. And at the 1/2 inch mark, and I go this way because it's just easier than trying to do it that way, 1/2 inch mark on this side, I score all the way down. Then I take my cutter and I cut up to this score line, okay? So you see, it's only up to that score line. Now flip this around, and you want to do the same thing. 1/2 inch on this side, I'm going to score it all the way, but I'm going to cut up to that score line, okay? So again, you can see that. Alright? So then you're going to need to snip off those ends. Okay? So that's what it should look like. Let me get rid of my cutter. The next thing, you're going to need a ruler, and you need to mark down on this part to the 3 1/2 mark. Okay, and the same thing on this side, 3 1/2. Okay, so just use a pencil, mark 3 1/2, and then along the top you want to mark off at the 1.5 inch. So on either side, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch. Okay, so you've got to mark 3 1/2 inches down on either side, and then 1.5 inch on either side that way. Next, you can take your colossal or a circle cutting tool. I have my Creative Memories, and what you want to do is start down here at this end and up there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to cut out for your apron. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm actually going to trace this, and I will cut it out with my scissors. Now you could use an X-Acto knife. So the same thing, you want to line up where those marks are that you measured off, and then if you have your colossal, you can just use your cutter. I don't have a colossal. I never liked my colossal. So then you just follow and cut. So then I'm just going to erase my lines that I had. Okay, so now I'm going to take a basic background. You can use any basic background on the back, and I'm going to take some Versamark, and I'm just going to put this all over my apron just to give it a little texture on the background. So I'm just putting this all over. Quick and easy. Okay, now I'm going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to bone fold. Oh, I got stuff on here. That's alright. I'll just show you. And bone fold that in. Bone fold that in. Now you're going to take sticky strip. Put some sticky strip on these little edges. Same thing on this side. Okay. Then we're going to fold this up. Just like that. Now that's our pocket of our lovely apron. Next, because I have some black down there, we're going to put a little decorative edging on our apron. First off though, sorry, I forgot, just to decorate it a bit more, I'm taking my basic black ink and a sponge, and let's just sponge around the edge. Just give it a little extra. Okay. Alrighty. Then let's go back to my decorative. All this is 5 3/8 length, and I used the scallop punch with a 1-inch thick piece of white whisper white, and we're just going to put that on there, but I'm going to put some ribbon as well. This is about 7 inches of the grass-grain plaid ribbon. Just going to take some of my tape and run it along there. Same thing. Tuck that in. And because I kind of screwed up and got the black on there, I'm going to put this at the bottom, just to give it a little extra something, okay? Next, I've punched with the large oval punch out of Whisper White, and in the set says "From the Kitchen of," so I've just stamped that on there. Let's put some tape on here. I'm going to put that about 3/4 of the way up there. Then I'm going to take my Crop-A-Dile, and the 3/16 punch, I'm going to punch a hole at the top on either side. Okay. And then I have these jumbo eyelets. Okay, we're going to put those in. I've got black. I think I found these somewhere at a dollar store at Michael's. I'm not sure. Take my Crop-A-Dile, squish it. This is set at A and 2 for these jumbo eyelets. Okay. So there we've got that. Next, you want about a 12 inches long of black grass-grain ribbon, and we're just going to thread this through one side and knot it. Now you will probably have to double knot it so it doesn't come back through. Okay, so it's double knotted. Make sure it doesn't come through, and then we're going to thread it through this side. And double knot this one. Okay. Make sure it doesn't come through. So there we have a little thing for your apron. And lastly, obviously the big recipe card, that is done on a 3x5 piece of Whisper White, and then just 1/4 inch bigger black, and that just sits inside your pocket. Just like that. And that's all there is to it. Thank you.